Hey there, Heidi here. So, what would it feel like? What would it feel like if you could heal your anxiety, heal your overwhelm, and heal the emotions that keep you stuck? That would feel pretty amazing, right? So, there's a reason. There's a reason why you feel anxious, feel overwhelmed, or push away certain feelings. And that's because your nervous system has become dysregulated. Well, what does that mean? Okay, so let's think about this. Fight, flight, freeze. Those are basic physiological responses that are helpful for us in certain situations. But when we're stuck in one of those fight, flight, or freeze emotions for a long time, our nervous system becomes dysregulated. And when we have a dysregulated nervous system, we can't handle certain emotions and we feel more anxious and more overwhelmed. Okay, there's a lot more to it than that. But what if I told you there are seven basic emotions, right? There's tons of emotions, but seven in particular that we fear feeling or that we push away. Let's just use anger as an example. And I'm going to use my client, Tim. Okay, Tim came to me years ago because anger started bubbling up at the workplace for him. When things didn't go just right, when they weren't perfect, boom, he would burst into these angry outbursts at his coworkers who were like, "Whoa, dude, what's up?" And so his response was not reflective of what was going on. And so we worked together to understand that this anger was bubbling up because there was an unhealed trauma back in childhood. Okay, and this unhealed trauma created a program for him into this perfectionist, people pleaser place where he was trying to be perfect so that emotional and physical abuse would not happen to him. But what happens is that when we continue this programming, because now it just runs, we create, and Tim created this place where everything had to be perfect all the time. And then when things weren't, life blew up for him. Okay, the program was no longer working as an adult. So we worked to heal and work on those emotions from early childhood. You know what? A lot of things changed in Tim's life. His communication with his children got better. His communication at work totally calmed down. And he was able to, when he started to be like, oh, there's that angry feeling, understand, is this even real or does it match what's happening? He was able to take himself to a really calm place because we used techniques from my Heal Your Story method, which is all heart-based healing. Okay. So when you think about it, when we're working from just the head up, we're trying to think our way through things instead of feel our way through things. And when we can open ourselves up to the rest of the 90% of our body, we're able to calm that nervous system, allow for there to be space to heal, allow for there to be space to let things go, and allow good things to come in. Okay? So that's a part of the Heal Your Story method. Okay. Let me chat a little bit about my buddy, Paul. Paul was one of my students for my self-healing journey class. And Paul was able to get inside and understand some self-worth things that were keeping him stuck. Also some anger, but mostly self-worth. And what came out of that was him saying that I helped him learn how to love himself again. Now that would be the most amazing thing for everyone, right? To feel self-love, feel self-worth. Well, we can do that with the Heal Your Story method. We can calm down the anxiety, calm down the overwhelm, get out of the overthinking, start to heal the emotions that may be trapped in the body. Okay, start to make sense? So what I offer you today is to jump on a call with me. It's a 45-minute deep dive, Heal Your Story breakthrough session, where on this call, we get to the root cause, like Tim, like my client Paul, like my client Lynn, so many clients and students that for them to be able to move forward and heal was about figuring out the root cause the situation. Because actually, in the present, we can handle anything. But if we're dredging up the past and overthinking the future, we're creating this buzzy, 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 dysregulated nervous system. And so that's what I do. I do best. And I want you to get on this call with me so that we can finally start to shift the needle for you. Okay. How awesome would it be to never have to take medication again? Granted, there's always a time for medication when it's needed, but what if it didn't have to be for your anxiety? Because that's just masking what's happened over here or what's happening in your life. When you just continue to mask it, nothing changes. You want permanent change in your life, a shift to self-love, to be able to have great boundaries, to be able to understand your relationship with others. And when you finally understand the relationship with yourself, life becomes so much easier. When you can understand the relationship with yourself and take in the parts that have been what I would call separated, right? The small child self, the present self, and the future self, when we can bring them all together in one place to heal together, then you're able to move forward, shift, and take on anything that comes your way. I look forward to this call with you. See you soon.